Guys, if you own a restoration company, you do not want to miss today's episode. I've been telling you for years that Xactimate is corrupt. In today's video, I'm going to drop the bombshell. I'm going to show you how they're owned by the insurance industry, their parent ownership, Verisk, and why it is so hard for you to get paid for your restoration jobs. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'll even show you what you can do about it and what we did when we left Xactimate for our estimating platform. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's dive on in, okay? I'm gonna start this off by saying this. I don't have an axe to grind with Xactimate or Xactware. I don't necessarily think they're the problem or the solution. I've just been getting pissed off with the fact that they claim to be so neutral, and they're not, okay? I wanna show you, I want you to know today why they're not and why I've been feeling the way that I have, okay? And then by the end of the video, I'll show you some alternative options that you'll probably have. It's been trending this way for a while, and it's not going to get any better. And I haven't seen any content on it, so I'm going to drop it out there today. All right. Xactimate, however it started back in the day, it was probably a nice, good, clean, innocent thing. I don't really care how they were founded originally. I'm just going to tell you when they became corrupt and how did that lead to us and you having a hard time getting paid in restoration. So I believe it was in 2005 or 2006, Xactware or Xactimate was purchased by ISO. Who is essentially Verisk, okay? And Verisk is a company that literally is owned by, ran, and serves insurance industries. And so I'm just gonna share my screen and we're gonna dive right on into this, right? Because there's no need to beat around the bush. So when you go to Verisk, you go to their website right here, and you just look at the very top, it says insurance, like right there at the top. I don't really care, but all I'm telling you is like, this is their website. Improve profitable growth in insurance markets, okay? Verisk is a leading source of information about insurance risk. To serve our clients, we draw upon our experience with data management so they can come into predictive modeling. So like, that's cool, right? But I want to show you here in just a second on the next page, like who they clearly say they serve and then how and why that is a really big conflict to you if you're a contractor in the restoration industry. So let's go back over to, I just clicked on their About section and went to their investor relations. And like, if this doesn't show it all to you, like, I don't know what else you need to see. Investor relations, you scroll down, corporate overview. Let me get this up so I can see this. Verisk provides data-driven analytic insights and solutions for the insurance and energy industry. Through advanced data analytics, software, deep industry knowledge, Verisk empowers customers to make informed decisions and strengthen their operating efficiency, etc., to improve underwriting, claim outcomes, and combat fraud. Guys, I don't know what else you need to hear or see right there, but it is clearly stating that Verisk serves the insurance industry. And right here, they clearly say that when they use software, right, to combat fraud. What is fraud defined as? We'll get to that in just a minute. And then also improve underwriting and claim outcomes. Claim outcomes. So what does that mean? What is a claim outcome? So here's what I'm saying to you guys. Like, this very clearly tells you Xactimate is owned by Verisk, and this just showed you who Verisk is. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why this is such a big problem. Originally, Verisk, like even in their name, they measure risk. It's not that big of a deal to want data and want information about claims. Like if there's a claim that occurs and a water damage job is $5,000, they want to know how much the average claim is worth because they want to be able to serve insurance companies. And insurance companies can be more profitable when they can write or underwrite a premium more tightly, right? Like more, I don't know if that's the right word, but if they can write a tighter, more competitive premium, they're more likely to land that policy and make profit. Well, here's the problem with all that. It started as writing competitive premiums and policies, right? But then you see they're talking about combating fraud. But dude, they don't know a damn thing about any one of these claims. You understand? Like, what I'm telling you is from the top down, they want to combat fraud, that's fine, but I see as much or more fraud every day on the side of the insurance company, wrongfully delaying payments, wrongfully denying claims, and there's nobody out there fighting for the insured. No one is out there fighting for the insured. Do you understand me? And here's what I'm telling you. Once they purchased Xactimate, there's two things that's a problem. Number one, insurance adjusters write with Xactimate, that's fine. So they want to know how much it costs so they can be accurate, right? But then you got to look at year over year, the systematic fact that Xactimate has not been rising with the cost of inflation. You go back and you look at the case studies, guys. Xactimate's prices have not been rising over the years like inflation. Why is that? That's because they don't want to. Do you understand that? Because the insurance companies, okay, are like, they are fed, like they get served by Verisk. And there's not another competitor out there, Verisk, that's competing with them on this level. Do you understand? So there is another company, Symbility. Symbility is also another company like Xactimate, and they also, it's an estimating software platform. Now, I haven't gotten into who owns Symbility because I haven't dug into that because they own that much market share. Xactimate is this much, okay? And so we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. But here's all that I want you to know out of all this. Now that Verisk owns the software that they want you to use, like the industry tells you you got to use it, and they're the ones that raise or lower prices, do you not understand how that's a conflict of interest? Do you not understand that that's why I get pissed off when they sit there and they tell you that they're all about transparency and they're all about just giving you good, clean, accurate data, so when the prices rise, the contract gets paid more? That can't be true. They can't serve the contractor and serve the insurance company. They are on different sides of the rope, do you understand? They're on different sides of the rope. It's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest. And I'm just telling you when nobody else is telling you. Hopefully I've made my case here, okay? But the reality is this. Once Xactimate was purchased by Verisk, that was a conflict of interest. I don't even understand how the government allows it, to be quite honest with you. I don't even understand how the government allows it. But they do. They do. Why? Because insurance is big industry. Insurance and banking, the two biggest racketeers out there, okay? Two biggest. And the only people in bed with one more than the others, banking and insurance. That's what they do, and that's okay. I get a little fired up when they jump on over into our estimating platforms and then they tell us that this is the way that it's got to be. So what does this mean for you? What can you do as a result moving forward? Well, there's a few different things. Number one, if you are in the restoration industry, in the restoration space, what you need to do and how you can get paid varies, all right? Number one, if you are doing reconstruction, then you can use Xactimate, but you don't have to. But like, your leverage will be before they cut that check. You don't start that job, okay, until y'all come to an agreement, and you're gonna be okay, because you won't be out of any money. The insured might, but you won't. If you're a contractor and you start that job before you reach an agreement, before you get paid, well, you're screwing yourself. That's number one. Number two, if you're in the roofing business, there's two different angles that you can go about. You can try to show up with your estimate and just get started and supplement. That's the way some guys do it. That wasn't the way that I ever did it. I like to come to an agreement, okay? But I wasn't a huge fan of roofing, to be quite honest with you. And so, you know, if you're in roofing, you're going to have to stay in that sector and play around those rules, okay? But for me, I was in water damage restoration. I was in mitigation, okay? We were in the emergency services business and or fire. Like, if you're in the emergency service business, which is what I was in, not like reconstruction. Like, I got out of that because I liked this side over here, okay? But here's what I want to tell you. You need to know where the leverage is. Wherever you're playing that job, you've got to know where the fulcrum is, okay? And what does that mean? Like, there's a way to play the cards, and you need to know, but I can't tell you because it's going to depend on each and every hand that you're playing. The insurance company knows how to play the cards. Those are games. But I can just say this. It doesn't really matter if you use Xactimate or not. I just got off of them because I didn't appreciate being lied to. That was like the biggest thing. When you use your water mitigation stuff, it's more about how you perform the job and providing an estimate. Like, we run, I call it claim control, but I'm not going to put too much out here on YouTube because I have been subpoenaed to court already for what I've taught. And so now any one of my clients that comes to work with us has to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, just because, like, dude, we ain't shaking nobody down, okay? But I'm not about traveling to North Carolina or Georgia or South Carolina to get drug into a lawsuit either, just because Big Red or Big Blue or we or Barber, you know, any one of them wants to hear what we're teaching, what we're preaching. Bro, all I do is preach the truth, okay? I'm not involved in any specific claim, but I can just tell you this. It is a game, it is a racket, and if you're a contractor, you better learn how to play or you're gonna get your teeth kicked in, okay? And so if you guys want to know more, I can help you. Go to workwithshane.com. We've got some stuff that we can help you with, but we will verify that you are a contractor and you own a business. Yes, I have caught adjusters in trying to get into some of my programs. When we find that out, we audit every one of you, refund your money, and we kick you out. So now let's get back into your other options. For writing estimates, you can use Symbility, which is just like Xactimate, but I wouldn't do that. For water damage mitigation, etc., we would write it with QuickBooks. and we would write it with time and material as well. Okay, and so I think I'm recording a video in the next couple of days, and I'm actually going to show you guys 3 examples of our estimates. I'm going to show you an Xactimate estimate. I'm going to show you a time and materials, and I'm going to show you a QuickBooks estimate, and I'll explain to you what they look like and explain to you how we do it. But in this video, I just wanted you to know the real truth about who owns who and why it's a conflict of interest, okay? And again, just to go back, they talk about combating fraud, but like, what does any of that stuff mean? Like, there's only one person, and there's only one direction that all this goes. It's the insurance company accusing somebody else of fraud. Ain't nobody doing it the other way around, okay? There's no watchdog watching out for the insured. If you're watching this video, bro, you are an insured. Okay? Hell, even the carriers and their employees are insured. I will tell you this real quick. I did a job, okay, in Nashville, Tennessee, and I had to represent a lady. I forget her name now. Just long blonde-haired lady, and we were doing this claim off Nashville. It was one that was going to be leak over time, and I looked at it and I was like, "We'll take care of you." She was like, "This is going to get denied," and it's like, "No, well, I'll show you. I mean, I'll show you how to do it." How it doesn't get denied. We show you how this should be covered and will be covered. But here's the ironic thing. You want to know who that girl was? She was a litigation attorney for one of the big dogs in town. And she was the ones that, like, her day job was to deny claims and deny payment. And she was like, "There's no way you're going to help me." I was like, "I'm going to help you, girl. Don't you worry about that." But it's just like Jesus telling that lady, "You better stop doing your bad ways, girl." I'm sure she's probably still that attorney, but like, seriously, it happens to everybody, and they will screw their own employees. They don't care. It's from the top down. I've just seen it go on too long, guys. And if you've been in the business for a while, you will see some shady stuff too, okay? Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, I've got 3 things for you. Number 1, if you haven't yet, click on my face below and be sure to subscribe to the channel, okay? We put out new content each and every week. Also, if you want me to help you grow your company, go to workwithshane.com. Workwithshane.com, put in your information, we get on a call and see how we can help you grow your company. Lastly, there'll be some other videos right here. If you want to watch more content about growing your restoration company, check out one of these videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.